Hey everyone, welcome to Data Millennials. I am Atul, and in this video we are going to discuss how we can apply or use tan function using calculated field in Looker or Google Data Studio. As you can see here in my table, I have the column tan output and tan angle output. But if I'll show you my raw data, which is over here in this Excel sheet, or you can say Google sheet, then you can see here that we have two columns, which is our input column. The first one is input for tan number, which is over here, and the second input column is input for tan angle, and we have to change this number and angle into the tan value. So in this video we'll create this table, and then we are going to apply or use the tan function as a calculated field in our table from scratch, so that you can understand how we can apply tan function using calculated field. But before we use this tan function, let's understand about this function a little. So tan is a type of arithmetic function in Looker which returns the tangent of an angle. As you can see here, I have given the syntax over here where I have this tan function, and then I have the argument, which is x. Now if we talk about x is a field or expression which should contain at least one field or value that must be in radians. So now let's go and create this table using this data from our Google sheet and convert these numbers, input as tan number and this angle, input for tan angle, into the tan output and tan output for angle. So to do that, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to click on this edit button first, and then I'm gonna create a new page over here by clicking on page and click on new page. Then what I'm going to do is that I am just going to copy this header from here and put it over here first. Then in order to add a table, what you need to do is that you need to click on add a chart, and you can select any table from here, either this table or any of these three tables. So I'm going to select a simple table over here, and the moment you will click on table, the Looker will allow you to add a table on the empty canvas, and by default Looker will take a data source which you have used in your previous reporting within this report. So it has by default taken this data source, which is over here GDS 97, and this is taking this because in the starting of the video I have shown you this table, and this table was created from this data source. That's why it has taken this data source. So what I'm going to do is that I am going to remove this metric count and this dimension and add our own dimension and metric. So first of all, let's remove this input for tan number. The first input column that I'm going to take is that input for tan angle, and then the second dimension that I'm going to take is input for tan number. And what we are going to do over here is that we are going to convert both of these two, input for tan angle and input for tan number, into tan value. So to do that, you have two ways. Either you can create a calculated field in your metric section, or you can create a calculated field in your data section. So the only difference between these two calculated fields is that if you create a calculated field in your metric section, then you can only use that calculated field within this table. You cannot use it in another visualization widget. But if you create a calculated field in your data, then you will be able to use that column in any of the visualization field within this report. So that's why I'm going to show you both of these two ways. One, I'll create a calculated field in metric, and one, I'll create a calculated field in your data. So to create a calculated field in metric, what you need to do is that you need to click on add metric, then you have to come to create field, and the first thing that they will ask is the name of your field which you're going to create. So I'm going to put the field name as output underscore tan underscore angle, and then I have to give the formula over here. So for me, the formula syntax goes something like this, which is tan. The moment you will write tan, you will see that you have a tan function over here with the help of Looker IntelliSense, and you can select this tan, and then you have to give the input value. So for me, the input value is input for tan angle, and the moment I'll give input for tan angle, then it will evaluate the formula, and you will see over here that the formula syntax is valid, and then you can click on apply. The moment you will click on apply, Looker will start calculating it in background, and you can click anywhere in your Looker page, and you will see that you have a new column or a metric column over here, which is output tan angle, and you can see here that we have the column over here. Now I can remove this record count. The second calculated column that we need to create is from input for tan number. So for this column, I'm going to create a calculated field in our data, And to do that, I'm going to click on add field. The moment you will click on add field, you will see that you have a new pop-up window over here where you have to give the field name. So I'm just going to give the field name as output tan number. And then again I have to give the formula, which is tan for me. And after that I can click on this tan function and I have to give the input value or the argument value. So for me the argument value will be input for tan number. And then I can scroll down and I can click on save. The moment I click on save, you will see that a new calculated field has been saved. Then you have to click on finish, and you can see over here that you have a output column over here named as output tan number, and you can simply drag this column and put it in your metric section. So this is how basically you can use a calculated field with the tan function to return the tangent of an angle in Looker or Google Data Studio. Happy learning and see you in the next video.